Hello, coding stars! Welcome back to another fun adventure in game development. Do you remember our last game? The magical star was stolen by the dragon, and our brave cat had the mission to save it. The cat avoided obstacles, stayed safe, and finally reached the hidden star. But today we're making the game even more exciting. We'll add new challenges. Bouncing crystal sprites will give points, and bouncing lightning sprites will take points away. Watch how the score changes when you collect crystals and touch lightning. Have you ever bumped into something while running? Or touched something and it made a sound? In games, this is called collision, when two objects touch each other. Here are examples of collision in games. A tennis ball hits the racket, it bounces. A runner reaches the finish line, they stop running. A player touches a coin, they collect it. In Scratch, we can tell our game what to do when objects collide. To check for collisions, we use sensing blocks in Scratch. Let's look at a few important ones. Touching sprite checks if one sprite is touching another. Touching color checks if a sprite touches a certain color. Color A is touching color B. Detects when two colors meet. Key space pressed checks if a player presses a key. These blocks are super useful when we create challenges. We use them with if, then blocks to make things happen when a collision occurs. When a collision happens, what should the game do? Let's learn some control blocks. Stop all stops everything in the game. Create clone of myself makes a copy of a sprite. When I start as a clone, tells the new clone what to do. Delete this clone removes a clone when it's no longer needed. These blocks help us make our challenges fun and dynamic. Now, let's make our game even more fun by adding challenges. But first, we've made a few updates to our previous code to fit these new features. We changed the winning game over event handlers to fit the new gameplay. Next, we changed the touching the dragon check from an if, then, else block to an if, then block. We also made the sprites smaller so there's more room for new obstacles. If you don't have the project yet, make sure to watch the previous video to catch up. Or, you can pause this video and follow along by creating the blocks you see on the screen. Here are new features. Bouncing crystals. If the cat touches a crystal, they earn points. Bouncing lightning. If the cat touches lightning, they lose points. These objects will move around the screen, making the game more challenging. The player must collect crystals and avoid the lightning to get the highest score. Let's add the new sprites. Add crystals and lightning to your game. Go to Code Action of Cat Sprite. Make a score variable. Add set score to 10 in the beginning of the code. Now, we add code to check when the cat touches a crystal and earn points. Go to the Crystal Sprite Code section. Add collect sound from Sound tab. Add when I receive Start Game event block. Use a hide block to make the main crystal disappear. We will use its clones instead. Add forever block. Use create clone of myself to make copies of the crystal. The score will go up when the player collects them. Use wait 20 seconds to pause before cloning the next sprite. Add when I start as a clone. Use a show block to make the cloned crystal appear. It starts hidden because it follows the parent sprite's hide block. Add go to X, Y 150. Add pick random -200 to 200 for X value. Add point in direction. Add pick random 0 to 360 to point the crystal in a random direction to move. Add forever block. Add move 5 steps. Add if on edge, bounce block. Use an if, then block to check if the cat touches the crystal. Add touching sprite 1 block. Add change score by 1 inside if block. Add start collect sound. Use a hide block to make the crystal disappear after it touches the cat. Add wait 1 second to create a delay. Use delete this clone to remove the crystal after it is touched. That's all for the crystal code. Now it's your turn to create the lightning sprite code. Make sure the cat loses points when touching the lightning and play a sound when this happens. Let's apply the score in the game logic. Go to cat sprite code section. Add an if then, else block at the end of the code inside the forever block. Add score =0 condition block. In the then section, add a broadcast game over block. Add say keep playing for 0.01 seconds block to the else section. Now, let's run the code and enjoy the game. What do you think will happen if the player collects all the crystals or loses all their points? Share your ideas in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more coding fun. Let's keep creating and having fun with Scratch. See you in the next video.